happens. Hey, George, it says we're live. We're live in our little nutrition forum. Just wanted to stop in real quick and say hi. I had an awesome adjustment from my buddy George. And George, what do you want to say?
Well, what we're going to do, since Bob's nickname is Anabolic Bob, we're going to talk a little bit about nutrition. So, what I'm going to talk about specifically is diet, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a few little pearls that I want to give to everybody out there when they're considering diets. So I'm not going to talk specifically about a diet or how to lose weight or that type of thing. I'm going to just give a few little suggestions to do to modify whatever diet that you may be on. So for me, back in the end of June, I had decided that I had enough of how I was feeling, and I thought that chiropractic was catching up to me a little bit. Start using more instrument adjusting, less manual adjusting, that type of thing. And so July 1st, I decided I was giving up sugar, and I mean all sugar. And
Sounds like deflaming to me.
That was the hardest thing to do. And the other thing I did is I gave up gluten and I limited my dairy. And I want to give a shout out to David Seaman, and I have his 2 books signed personally by David. The Deflame Diet. And what I did actually was modify that diet a little bit, but we're going to talk about that at another time. What we are going to talk about now, because we want this to brief, is giving up the sugar and giving up the gluten. And by giving up sugar, what I used to do, every morning I would either have icing buns or sticky buns, cinnamon twists, cinnamon rolls, coffee rolls, chocolate chip cookies with my coffee.
No wonder you were feeling
with half and half. And gee, my hands were hurting.
Flamed up George.
Which would be a problem because I'm a chiropractor. And you need your hands. And so anyway, that being said, at night when I'd be watching TV, I would drink a lot of milk, which is dairy, and I would eat Reese cups, which are great. And I was just addicted to sugar.
It's great if you want a whole bunch of patients coming in routinely for adjustments because they're flamed to heck.
And then it hurts like hell to adjust them. You got to use instruments like Impulse, Arthrostim, Activator. But, anyway, getting away from that, so I totally gave up sugar. And I am a person, because I learned to be a meditation instructor at an early age, and really? I did a lot of meditation so I have extreme focus. And the tip I want to give here, besides giving up, what I did, giving up sugar, gluten, and limiting my dairy, is if you don't have the focus that I happen to have, it would be really hard to do what I did. And then if you realize that you're in that position, you should see my friend Bob here.
And or Brian if you're down.
Or Brian if you're in that area.
Down in his area,
where you are when
sure.
you're watching this. And you should get help in structuring a diet for yourself so that you can transition to what I did. Where I had the willpower, the focus, and the desire to just do it. And sugar by far was the hardest thing to do, as I had said, and I was able to do that. And I gave up pizza, pasta, spaghetti.
And you didn't have to give up sex, right?
Right. Yeah, actually, everything worked better.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. By doing that, though, and giving all that up and limiting my dairy, what I end up doing with the dairy is, like, when I have coffee in the morning, I put a little half and half in my coffee, or if I eat tacos, which, by the way, there's no gluten there because I'm eating corn shells, or the wraps, or if I eat a burger, I'm eating a wrap, or I'm eating it on ciabatta. If I do that, even eating a lot of chicken and turkey, alkaline-based version of,
good old
Dr. Dave Seaman's diet.
Yeah.
And with a little, few modifications that I made, and doing all that. In 2 months, I lost 36 pounds. I went from 231 down to 195.
Hey, David, you hear that? Another successful deflamer.
And I wasn't even trying to do that. But the bigger picture is my hands or joints didn't hurt anymore, specifically my right knee and my right hand, which I had a lot of problems with. My left hand was bothering me too, but not to the extent of my right. So my big tip is, if you think you need to take drugs or if you think you need to go on a specific diet, before you do any of that, maybe, just maybe, you might want to buy David's book off of Amazon. It's on Amazon. You go on Amazon.com, look up David Seaman and find his new book or the old book. I have both. You might want to read them, and you want to try to make some little changes in your life before you consider some of the more drastic changes or the more radical changes, when you could do simple changes in your life that may work out really well for you, and you might be able to eliminate that pain by just eliminating the sugar, even if it's just the sugar, even if it's not the pasta. And by doing that, you might be able to make quite an impact on your life. I mean, I can't tell you, I went to the gym 4 times a week, faithfully, and I only lost 6 pounds over a year and 3 quarters. And in 2 months, I lost 36 pounds by just modifying David's diet a little bit, with making it an alkaline base of David's diet, with eliminating sugar and eliminating gluten and minimalizing my dairy. Like, I don't typically drink milk that much.
Well, George,
just a little half and half, and just a little cheese here and there. But mostly, I modified it. No sugar, no gluten, and just very little dairy. And
you're definitely
really well.
leaner and meaner, my friend. So keep on doing that. Now, make sure your patients know that too.
If you want to amaze yourself, go on my Facebook page and look at pictures of me, older pictures of me, and look at pictures of me now, and you'll be amazed at the difference. My niece had mentioned that to me, and she had said that she really didn't notice because she sees me all the time. But when she was looking at a picture of Bob and I on the wall, and she saw Bob and I,
we're both quite pudgy in that photo,
and she significantly noticed the difference and happened to mention it to me.
All right, let's sign off, George.
Well,
Thanks
it was
so much
great
for sharing.
as always, and we'll do another one, and we'll delve a little more into this.
All right, thanks so much, George. Have a wonderful day, everybody.